I didn't leave the religion as a tactic for anything. I mean, I left because I found it to be not true and not something that made a lot of sense to me, and that's why I left the faith. And then it so happens that also it runs against a lot of the values that I hold today. But one thing that I think is sort of implicit in that argument is the idea that if you leave Islam, you've left Muslims, and that you just cannot have an effect anymore because you've left it all to the religious because you were just not a part of those conversations anymore. But it's not as if, I've left my family. I'm still going home for, Thanksgiving and bothering everybody. And I'm still having that effect. And in fact, having somebody, knowing an atheist, it's just kind of like the gay rights movement, where there was this idea of knowing somebody who was gay, just knowing them, had an impact in how you thought of, religious pluralism and all these different things. So the same thing happens with Muslims, in that just having an atheist, suddenly they're not so terrible because this person and they're not a horrible human being, and maybe you're having arguments with them, and maybe some of them kind of sort of make sense, and you become a little bit more liberal just by those interactions. So it's not the case that I have left Islam, but I haven't left Muslims. I'm still engaged with my family, and to the extent that the community is acceptable of it, I'm engaged with them as well.
BBC just did a front page story on the tour. The first message I got was from a friend I've known since first grade, who is Muslim, who is in the Middle East, texting me, please be careful. So simply because we've left religion doesn't mean we've left everybody we care about, or that they have left us. And we do influence that every single day. It's easy to say that random person that holds that random horrible idea should be killed. It's very hard to say that when it's your child, when it's your parent, when it's your brother, when it's your sister, when it's your childhood friend. So it forces you to moderate your view and how seriously you take these scriptures.